What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Max the Sensei, and I'm back with something like a banger, back with something new. You know that voice. You know what time is it when you hear that voice, man. So today we're gonna be doing something calm. Yeah, like I said, this is music theory that AMAPIANO producers are using, and you should know them as well. So I'm not gonna start from the basic, literally, but these are the things that you should know. Like, it's a must to know this. If you do know this, yeah, you can make decent beats, man. So okay, let's get into this. So the best thing we're gonna start with, you just open FL, right? If you open FL and you just say, let me just do it again. When you open FL and you choose empty, right, it's gonna look like this. All right, so grab any keyboard you have. You don't need to take the one I have. Let me just take one that side so I teach better. In packs. I use this one, electric. So yeah, when you open FL, it's gonna be like this, like the piano roll. Obviously, I know you know what a piano roll is. Otherwise, bro, if you're a beginner, those are the things you should probably know. Okay, so it's gonna look something like this, and what we have here is a C major scale automatically selected by FL Studio, right? So I'm gonna teach you that there are two scales when it comes to music, and then there are other additional scales which we use to improvise, but they're not really necessary. All you need to know is just two scales, right? So when it comes to scales, we have the major and the minor scale, and then we have relative scales, meaning whatever notes we have in a certain scale, we can also have it in another certain scale, which makes it relative. So these are known as, if we have a major scale, which is a major scale, we can have a relative scale of minor, right? I hope I'm not losing you guys. I know that's so much English words, but yeah. One of the first things we're gonna understand is we're gonna start off with a C major scale. Just stay with me, bear with me, and then I'm gonna explain how these producers in AMAPIANO take this boring information to making good music, right? So the first thing is, obviously, when you start the C scale, is known as Ionia, which means like natural, major natural. So we're gonna study the scales in the key of C, because C is like the easiest scale to understand because you have all the white notes playing. But if you wanna advance after this, you can venture out, so you're not stuck in a box. So with C, we always start as a root note here, right? Like this, root note, like that. So all the white notes, those are all the highlighted notes. Basically, those are the notes of C, right? A scale is 7 notes. That's what a scale has. For a scale to be made, you need 7 notes, right? That's a scale. But the other scales, those have 5 and otherwise, but you shouldn't worry about that for now. Just know you need 7 notes to play. Even though we have 12 keys on a piano, as you can see, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. As you can see, we have 12 keys. All these 12 keys have their own scale. You can form a scale with all these 12 keys. You understand? It doesn't mean just because we have C, then that's the only scale. No, bro. You can form another scale. So, as you can see here, we have C, D, E, F, G, B, G, A, then B, then we're back to C, right? As you can see, those notes, right? That's the major scale. But now we're gonna move on to minor scale of C. What happens is that you just come to Aeolian, which means natural C. You'll see that we had E before, but now we have D sharp. You understand? We had E in the major one. If you didn't catch it, you can just play back and see what happened. So we had E, now we have D sharp, because you can see now E is not highlighted, right? Then F, then C, you can see, then like this. And if you count, you can see from C you have 7 notes. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So you have 7 notes. All right, so that's a minor scale. All right, these are basic things. You need to know the basic before we move to advanced stuff. You get me? Then the next thing, I also want to speak about is relatives. Relatives, what is relative to what? You get me? Like major, a C major is relative to a minor scale, right? Major scales always have a relative minor scale. I don't know if, I don't know how to explain this. Like if you have a brother or you have a sister, you have a certain surname, right? You both share a surname. That's what also happens in music. You both have like a certain last name, yeah, until you get married, yeah. But yeah, nobody's married yet. I don't know. I'm just assuming. So okay, the relative scale of C is A minor. How do I know it's A minor? It's because the keys, the notes those I play in C, I can also locate them in A. So which means this is what I mean. If I play this 2, 3 like that, you see all these notes. Take notes. Make sure you take a picture or you write them down to see that I have D, I've got E, I've got F, I've got G, I've got A, I've got B. You understand? You see it, right? Then now if I move to A, I go and choose A minor, right? You will see these same notes which I played in C major, they're gonna be there. You see, I've got A, I've got B, I've got C, I've got D, I've got E, I've got F. Remember, we had all these notes that I'm playing. I've got G and I've got A. You see, I'm back to A. Do you understand how they're relative? Relative minor and a relative minor scale has the same notes as a major scale. That's just how simple it is, bro. So if like you are lost, play this backwards and then try to understand what I just said. Or if you can't understand, reach out to me. I'll explain again in details. All right. Okay. So now we're gonna move on to something called chords. Man, when it comes to music, there is something powerful about chords. If you don't know how to do chords, you are gonna be making simple music, simple music. Get me? So what I like to start off with is how do we make a chord, right? We have major chords and we have minor chords. The same way I talked about major scales and minor scales, the same thing we have when it comes to chords. Now people confuse this. Someone can think that because I'm in a major scale I only have major chords. That's an error. That's not how it works, bro. That's not how it works. You can be in a major scale but you still land with minor chords, right? Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna stay in A for now, which A minor, so I can show you guys. So how do we make chords in FL Studio? It's very easy, bro. FL Studio is very easy. What you gotta do is put where you wanna start. I'm starting on the root note. You don't always have to start on the root note, but in this scenario I'm choosing to start in. So you start on A, you skip. You don't skip this black note. No, you skip the highlighted note. So you skip this note, you put here. You skip this note, you put here. So I'm gonna take this down so we have a good sound. Sounds good. That's how. But now imagine I didn't have this scale and I just chose randomly, like I just went randomly like this. See, that sounds terrible. You can't make music with that. So FL Studio gives us the scale to help us be able to make music in like easily, bro. All right, because that was the one. So you can also go to other notes. So I'm coming here to G. What I'm gonna do, skip A like this. You see, that's a major note. You see, how do I know? How do you differentiate between a major chord and a minor chord? Major, it sounds a bit happy, as you can hear. Sounds a bit happy, right? Not even a bit, it sounds happy. But now if it was a minor chord, this is how it sounds. See, it touches emotions. All right. So one thing also I want to talk about is inversions. Inversions. What are inversions? Inversion just simply means taking this note up, playing it. It's the same note, but I'm playing it in octave, so it makes it an inversion. You see, and sometimes most producers, what they do to make chords sound more nice or more fire is that they play inversions. You get me? Inversion. So I can also play inversion of this like this. That's what inversion is. It's simply just taking any note in a chord and then just taking it up in octave. All right, that's inversion. And then the next thing that we want to talk about also is What else do we need to talk about? We've done inversions, we've done how to form a chord. All right, that's it, guys. So now I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna put everything in perspective so you guys, you understand how we can form chords with the music, with the music theory that I've just given you. Now this is how these producers they do it. Now this is how they do it, and this is how they make good music. All right, so I'm gonna start somewhere here. I'm gonna start by, okay, let me start by D, right? D is minor. So what they do is that you wanna have at least 3 minor if you are going for private, but it differs. So I can't really give you the no-go zone, but what I can tell you is that it differs when you when you are making different music. It differs. But for this one, if it's private, I'm gonna assume we're making private piano, so you wanna have at least 3 minor, 3 minor, no 3 minor note chords playing, or you wanna have 2 minor chords playing and 2 major. So I'm gonna have 2 minor chords play and 1 major and 2 major chords play. So let me just show you what I mean. So this is what it's gonna be like you get me. Then I'm gonna go for major. This is major. F is major. I know we didn't learn all the chords, but once you play them, you're gonna be able to understand that this is a minor because of how it makes you feel, right? And then we're gonna come to I wanna go down to okay, I'm gonna play it like this. So I'm gonna show you some few tricks again. Then come to another major, you see. Okay, sounds dope. This is what they are normally using in what's that, in 3-step. 3-step is using this chords a lot. Yeah, it's because they have two minor and 2 major chords they're playing. So now we're gonna do the octave thing I showed you, because this is 2-way up. As you can see, these notes are way too up compared to this one. What you wanna do to make chords sound perfect is to have notes playing to close to each other. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take these 2 up in octave like this. So you see now it's close to each other. You see, as you can see, there's no space to breathe, and now this is how it sounds. You see, sounds dope. So that's how you do it, bro. This is part 1 of music theory. If you want me to make a part 2, just like, comment, subscribe, share. This is my channel, guys. I have a big YouTube channel, but on this one I just wanted to bring all the boring stuff that people ignore in music, but is very essential to becoming the best producer in the world. So if you do like what I've done here, please leave a comment. I'll meet you in the next one. Mix Production. I'm out.